Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy K Breezy here. I hope that all of you watching this having an awesome day, and in today's video I'm going to be going over and breaking down what I feel like is the best overall class setup for the Ram-7 assault rifle in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. So if you just want to make the perfect gun that turns the competition into cheesy grits and you're just, an all-around person, be sure to let me know down below by clicking that like button. And while you're at it, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon, because then you don't have to worry about missing out on some of the latest Call of Duty news or a post from this channel. And real quick before I hop straight into the weapon, I'm just going to go over the overall class and stuff that I use with this weapon, because what's the cake without the frosting? So with that being said, I use Ghost so that I can avoid getting molested by enemy UAVs whenever they call in one, EOD to avoid those annoying Claymore kills, and Battle Harden because getting snatching when your eyes are closed is really, real in this game, and I'm trying to avoid that as much as possible. As far as my specialist, I'm using Dead Silence and Munitions Expert because I like to be able to switch between Stealthy Ninja mode and Rambo mode whenever I please and depending on the situation. As far as my lethals and tacticals, these are kind of just my go-to, but my lethals are C4 because I love to just whack people with them things, and I like stem shots as my tactical because you don't want to lose when you're putting those 2v1 situations just because you weren't able to heal up fast enough after the initial firefight. Oh, and my secondary weapon is the Deagle, mainly just because it's a all-around solid weapon and it usually comes in clutch when I need it to. Now that we have all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and go over the first attachment that you're going to want to put on the Ram-7, which is the XRK Ranger Barrel. And the reason you're going to want to put this on is because of the boost in damage range, bullet velocity, and just overall recoil control that you get with this weapon. You really can't beat that because it hits all of those initial weak points that the Ram-7 has and improves on them, at the slight cost of some aim down sight speed and overall movement speed with this weapon. But it's definitely worth it though, because it just makes the Ram-7 just vibe, man. You just gotta put it on there, just trust me. Next up, you're going to want to pop on the XRK Ultralight Stock because of the boost in strafing speed that it provides at the cost of some aim instability. But by being able to strafe faster, you're going to be able to avoid some shots that would have potentially killed you, and in the long run this is going to allow you to go on those longer streaks because you're avoiding shots that you don't need to get hit by, you're taking less damage, and you're dealing out more damage at the same time. If you're not already strafing, you should be doing so, like I mentioned before in a previous video on the channel. But like I mentioned in that video, basically every pro strafes and uses this in their game and is in their toolbox because it's almost essential, because if you're not moving left to right when you're shooting, you're literally just a sitting target. So by being able to strafe faster, you'll be able to go left and right faster, be like the Matrix, dodge some bullets, and just flex on the haters. Next up for the Ram-7, I had to put on the GI Mini Reflex sight. I'm not really a huge fan of putting sights on a gun. If I can use the iron sights on a weapon, then I'm going to, because I like to have that extra slot open for something else. Like if I wasn't using the GI Mini Reflex sight, and if you're comfortable with the iron sights, I would highly recommend either using sleight of hand or fully loaded, because this gun it runs out of ammo quick. Even if you're hitting all your shots, it takes around maybe 4 or 5 shots to hit. It's holding 30 in a clip. Okay, that sounds a lot better, but you know what I'm saying, it just runs out of ammo quickly, so you're either going to want to reload faster or just have more ammo in total. For number 4 with this weapon, you're going to want to equip the Commando foregrip because it provides an increase in recoil stabilization and aim stability with the Ram-7, which hits on most of the cons of the previous attachments that I've already mentioned. But since you are adding a complete underbarrel to your stock, the overall movement speed of the weapon is reduced, but at least the aim down sight speed doesn't hurt, so you can't really beat that. But for the 5th and final attachment on this list, I had to go with the good old handy dandy tac laser. You guessed it, because the tac laser is if not the best, one of the best attachments in the game. You could take any mediocre weapon and it's going to make it at least viable and somewhat usable if you put a tac laser on it. The reason for this is it provides a major boost in ADS speed, strafing steadiness, and aim stability at the cost of enemies being able to see your green beam when you aim down sight. The fact that they can see your laser is nothing to worry about. 9 times out of 10, nobody's going to notice your laser. They're going to notice your giant operator body, and the laser is just the least of your concerns. But the tac laser is definitely a must-have, and I would pretty much recommend putting this on almost every weapon. But with that, guys, covers and breaks down everything you need to know about the best class setup for the Ram-7 in Modern Warfare. Overall, this gun bears a pretty strong resemblance to the MTAR and TAR-21 from previous titles in the series. And I mean, it holds true to the name. It's all around solid gun, good recoil, good damage, and it's not like the most overpowered weapon, but it can compete with some of the top tier weapons such as the M4A1 or the recently buffed M13. And I mean, overall, they did a pretty solid job of making, you know, this weapon one of the first DLC weapons to come to the community in Season 1. But that's all for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon, because then you don't have to worry about missing out on some of the latest Call of Duty news or a post from this channel. And if you enjoyed today's video or found it helpful in any way, please consider leaving a like down below, because that really helps me out and lets me know what kind of videos that you guys like to watch. Also, feel free to comment down below which weapon do you want to see next, or just any video ideas that you have in general. But thank you guys again so much for watching, and as always, it's your boy KB, signing off. Peace.